It's a story about a poor farmer had a tiny farm up in the hills in Europe. And during the summer, things were not bad if crops were good and the weather was okay. But came the fall and winter, and things got pretty bad. So he would get work over at the sawmill. Their little town where the farm was just at the edge of the woods. And of course in the woods there was this sawmill, and he would work there. And when he came home at night, after all that buzzing and banging and clanging from the mill and the saws and all that business, he was just exhausted. And he would come in and he would tell his wife that he just wants to sit down and take a nap before dinner. The children were out playing, and his wife said that she'll go upstairs and not bother him. Now their house was very tiny. It had 3 rooms. Upstairs were 2 bedrooms, one for the children. He had 2 boys and a girl, and one for the wife and husband. And downstairs was one big room that was the living room and the kitchen together. Well, he had a nice little rocking chair, and he sat down and was just about to fall asleep when the pump on the sink, they didn't have a faucet, they had a low pump, began to sing. Burp, blah, 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 drip. Burp, blah, 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 drip. I am a cranky old pump. I sit on my sink and grump. Burp, blah, 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 drip. If you should think you want to drink, I'll pump water into the sink. Burp, blah, 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 drip. Oh, how can I sleep with this noise? He looked around for something to stuff into that pump, and he found his wife's knitted cap, and he grabbed that and he stuffed it into the mouth of that pump, and there was no more noise. He sat down in his chair, was just about to fall asleep, when the first son came in, slammed the door shut. I'm home! Second kid comes in, slams the door shut. What's for dinner? The little girl comes in, slams the door shut. We'll set the table. And the clinging and clanking from all the dishes and silverware and everything going on. Well, he couldn't stand it 1 minute more. He went out the door and walked into the woods, because just down the way in the woods lived the wise man of the village. So he went to the wise man's house and he knocked on the door. He said, yes, can I help you? He said, oh, wise man, please. My house is too small. It's too small for us all. Help me, please. So the wise man thinks for a bit and he says, all right, now you have to promise that you'll do exactly as I say, and be sure that you do exactly as I tell you, and I will help you with your problem. I promise, oh please, just help me, Okay. Go home, and when you get there, bring your goat into the house. You promise, now remember you have to do exactly as I say. So the man goes home and he brings his goat into the house. Now, this group over here, all of you, please, you be my goats. And when I tell you, you just keep repeating again and again. Meh! Meh! Let me hear you. Oh, you're good. Okay. Okay, well, he comes home and the children are yelling and screaming and running around the place and the sink is burping and whatever he does. And let's hear you, goats. Burp, drip. Burp, drip. Oh, this is worse than ever. He goes out the door, back to the woods. Oh, wise man, this is impossible. I can't get any sleep like this. Go home. And when you get there, bring your sheep into the house. Okay, now this group in the middle here, you be my sheep. Okay, and we go, baa, baa, come on, goats. All together, okay. And so he comes home, the children are running around yelling and screaming, and the sink is doing its thing, and everybody together, burp, burp, drip, burp, burp, drip. Oh, out the door he goes again, back to the woods, back to the wise person. He says, this is impossible. He says, go home, and this time bring your chickens into the house. Now, all the ladies on this side, you will please be the chickens, and you go, quack, 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 quack. Okay, and gentlemen on this side, if you don't mind, loud and clear, you can go. Okay, let's hear the chickens. Roosters, sheep. Back to the wise man. Oh, wise man, this is killing me. One more thing and I'm going to be gone. Please help me. My house is too small, and it's worse with all this going on. Go home. When you get there, take all the animals out. Clean up the house and sit down to a nice dinner. Okay? He goes home. As soon as he opens the door, he hears the noise. Well, he and his children and his wife all take the animals back to the farm, to the barn. They come back, they clean up the house. She serves dinner and they sit down, and all they can hear is burp, blah, drip, burp, blah, drip. I am a cranky old pump. I sit on my sink and grump, burp, blah, drip. The man is sitting there and he says, you know, this house is plenty big. Look at all the room we've got, just for us. And they lived happily
Everybody.